It was way too dangerous to go back to our homeland, which was currently in utter chaos. I couldn't take the possibility that we would never be able to be with each other again. I just couldn't take it. Fuck your mom. Well, it hasn't come back safely, so...
おかえりなさいを待ってるわって私に何も求めなかったお母さんが私にこの間頼んでくれたことなのです。迎えに行かなくちゃ私行かなくちゃって思うのにでも私どうしたらいいのかもわからなくて
I want you to stay. Both her hands clenched tightly. I said I want you to stay. I feel like if you go, you won't ever be back again. I don't want to let that happen. I just don't. Her eyes were shaking. And so were her fists.
でも、お母さんと約束しました。それでも、私、行かなくてもいいんですか
God?
お母さんは許してくれるでしょうか迎えに行かなくても許してくれるでしょうか
I'm sure she would also stop you from doing going to such a dangerous place.
それはそうでしょうかそうなんでしょうか
All you can do is just wait for news on the rescue work.
でも私でも
Aren't you scared of going to such a dangerous place, Cud? I would be scared. If I were at a disaster scene like the one they were showing on the reports, just what would I be able to do there? Nothing whatsoever. I would just be standing frozen in fear and recoiling at the sea of blood.
怖いです怖いですけれどなぜか行かなくちゃいけないっていう気がしますそれでも私リキと一緒にいたいですせっかく仲良くなれたのに私の片思い実ったのにどっちがいいなんて私決められ
Suddenly drawn into my arms, Cud was beating my back with her hands. Noticed my lips had gotten cut a little after I separated from her. It seemed to be from having kissed her so violently. Okay. There was a taste of iron in my mouth. Listen, God. She had to choose between one or the other. Her own family or... There's something short of hypocritical of me who represented the latter choice myself to tell her which to choose. It's really fucked up to be like, no, you have to choose all of your family or me. I know I'm obviously more important to you since we just started dating a couple weeks ago. I know I'm more important than your entire family. But I still had to say it. I'm almost sure that this is the only choice you have to make sure if your family's safe, considering how devastating the accident was. But then again, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to come back here safely once you get there. If it turns out I can't see you ever again, I'll regret it. What? Who gives a fuck what you think in this situation? Why didn't I hold you back at that time? I'll definitely bear that regret.
でもリキが私心配なんでどうしてだろうやっぱり何かを忘れている気がする
God. After considering it for a while, she at last nodded in my arms. I then let go of her kindly.
確かに私が いても役立たずかもしれません。大使館の人にチケットを返します。
She finally made up her mind to stay in Japan. The next morning,
おはようございます。
she greeted the classmates with a polite bow as usual. Masato muttered, watching her.
帰らないことに決めたのか？
Yeah, we discussed it and that's what she decided.
そうか。あんな災害地で俺たちができることなんてないだろうしな。
賢明な判断だと思う。
Thanks, you guys. The teacher came in and started homeroom. During the lunch break, I came across Ren looking down at the courtyard through a window. Ren, what are you watching?
ストレル形見てる。
I followed her stare. Kud and the two dogs were down there.
頼まれてた。
You mean Kud?
ストレルカのお腹が大きいっぽい。
As I tried to see it for myself, Ren
こ
added.
こからじゃわからない。私もストレルカと遊ぶの混ざってくる。
She ran away. I stayed there and watched them for a while. Kud looks down. I had to cheer her up. I decided to go down and play with them as well.
おやすみなさいです。
Night, Kud. Having played until the sunset, I parted with Kud in front of the female dorm. The weekend had arrived. I decided to spend as much of my time as I could with Kud. Kud was standing in front of her room with an absent expression.
どうだ。
Her roommate wasn't
ルーム
in.
メイトさん、気を使っていただいたみたいで。
Haruka is pretty great. Huh. It's been quite a while since I visited here, isn't
そ
it?
うですね。お引っ越しの時以来ですか。
She murmured, folding her cloak. We sat down on her bed next to each other. She leaned her head again on my shoulder. What is it, Kud?
いえ、なんでもないです。
Doesn't sound like nothing. I silently caressed her hair with my left arm wrapped around her shoulder. Her hair really was smooth, no matter how many times I did it. Does it feel good, Kud?
はい。
There are countless thoughts swirling around in my head. In the end, I did not say anything at all. Kud? My petting her hair must have been very soothing. It couldn't be helped. There had been no good news coming from Tefuo. Also, the foreign ministry was still imposing a travel ban on the country. She must have been quite worn out mentally.
ごめんなさいなのです。
Kud?
ごめんなさい。
Kud? Even though she had at last made her decision, she must have been full of anxiety. She would never be able to meet her family again. Who was it that Kud was apologizing to? I wonder. She owed me no apology. Inside me, there was an unreasonable anger that I could do nothing about. As I turned to look at Kud's face, I saw the tears running down her cheek. It made my hand clench into a tight fist. All I could do now was protect the little sleep of my beloved girl by gently stroking her sleek hair. Yeah, that'll do it. I had made up a new routine on the next day. It was watching the news programs with Kud in the cafeteria. TV.
未知の疫病の流行が噂されており、海上封鎖の強化が求められ、
Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on? In the evening news program, there wasn't any good news regarding Tefuo whatsoever, nor in the morning.
なお、ボート集団の一部が空港周辺に侵入したため、国連軍は空爆を実施。
Because of that, the rescue work had all been halted. The situation wasn't getting any better. It was getting worse. All he could do was only keep checking out the information provided by the
現
media.
地のラジオ局は非常用電源の燃料が尽き次第、放送の終了を予告して。
Yeah, if you went there, you'd probably fucking die. Early in the morning, I turned to a satellite TV news channel, which was watchable even at this hour.
連邦崩壊の混乱で放棄され、独立を余儀なくされたとはいえ、一産業への過度の投資、それに伴う依存構造の問題点、
Obviously.
国策の失敗は明白と言えます。関連国営企業における出資割合は、欧米ロ系資本を合わせて5割、残りをアジア系とオーストロネシア系で分けており、
Written on the L-shaped caption was something simply further news will be reported as soon as it's received.
衛星画像によると、いくつもの炎が確認されるだけで詳細不明のままで。
Looking down my breakfast on the table, I couldn't believe the content streaming in from the TV was all real.
政府機関はこの人為的大災害に対応できていないと思われ、近隣諸国からの難民の問題が発生。国連軍は第3次空爆を実施。
Airstrike? Holy fuck.
現地に最後まで残った特派員が衛星経由で送ってきた内容に。
Since when the fuck has UN airstruck people?
ボートは災害の引き金となった航空宇宙局関係者をはじめ、政府関係者を公開処刑し始めたとの報道が。
Bang. I stood up from my chair. What is this? What is the news anchor
お
talking
待ちくだ
about?
さい。
She hears you. The announcer was suddenly handed a memo. She tilted her head and wiped the sweat from her brow with a handkerchief.
テレビ局を占拠した集団が処刑映像を流しているとのことです。
Oh, fuck!
放送局のサイトに上げられた映像によると、これを流すんですか？冒頭だけ？しかしこれは。
The studio seems to be in chaos. What we saw on the next on the TV screen was probably your mom, right? A video of a woman wrapped in bloodstained bandages who was forced to be standing. Figures wearing blindfolds and gagged with towels. There's something scribbled on their exposed skin. Looked like some kind of pattern. I had a feeling that I'd seen that jet black hair before. Well, this is fucked. Holy crap! Kat let out an inaudible scream. I did not think I was gonna be witness to her mother being executed. Yeah, Kat would have been fucking
画
executed
面
if she
テロップ
went.
には災害を招いた宇宙飛行士の
Bang. It was an awfully soft sound. By the time I realized that it had been the sound of a firing gun, the TV was showing somebody falling out the window of a building.
そうでした。これでした。これだ。私、これを。
All the voices in the cafeteria subsided, and an odd silence fell upon the whole place. Yeah, they just watched someone get fucking executed!
こんなの見たくない。信じたくない。嘘に決まってます。
No, it's real.
こんなの嘘に決まって。
I supported Kat's body that had gone into a fit of trembling. A figure falling down. The TV was suddenly powered off. Kyosuke? Kyosuke stood there with a frown and the remote in his hand. Yeah, can we not watch this? It was just then. Kat's scream resounded throughout the cafeteria. God, calm down. I know you just saw your mother be executed, but calm down. She was crouching with her head in her hands. Kyosuke? Kyosuke was bending down the opposite side of Kat. Okay. Yeah, she's having a breakdown. She must have been so jolted all she could do now was just moan.
電話で通報したから救急車がそのうち来るだろう。強い精神的ショックを受けたのに違いない。
You don't say. Then that was her.
だろうな。能見の家族だろう。
The phrase "no way" came out of my throat. I, however, swallowed it back down.
限界だったんだろう。
He repeated.
限界だったんだ。
I don't think. Okay, no, you could just be completely sane and see that and really fucking snap because it's not something normal people would be okay seeing.
救急車が来るまでまだ時間がある。顔洗ってこい。リキ、お前もひどい顔をしてる。
I had to be with her.
お前がしっかりしてないとダメだろ。それなのに、そんなひどい顔では能見も心配が増える。行ってこい。
He sounded so commanding that I could not argue any further. Alright, so I guess this is the bad option. No, I don't see her living in the other one. I headed for the washroom. Did I really make the right choice? Should I not have held her back? These kinds of questions were swirling around in inside my head. God. I had to get back to her as quickly as I can. I had to wash my face as I was told. Oh. It was just then. Suddenly, my feet no longer carried me. My vision was blurring. Not now. My sleeping disorder began rapidly dying over my consciousness with the color of black. All sounds around me were fading out. While I was about to fall unconscious, I heard Kyosuke speak to me.
能見のことは心配するな。お前が望めば。その心配は無用だ。
Okay. You got it, Kyosuke. But what do you mean by my wishing so? The question of mine was sinking into the mud of sleepiness along with myself. Eventually the darkness enveloped me completely, and my senses cut off. Okay, well, we're going back. You should go. She should go. It was way too dangerous to go back to her homeland, which was currently in utter chaos. Chances were good that I won't be able to meet her ever again. But then again, if she decided to stay here, that meant she would never be able to see her family again.
お母さんとの約束をしました。ロケットが無事戻ってきた。お帰りなさいを待ってるわ。私に何も求めなかったお母さんがたった一つだけ私にこの間頼んでくれたことなのです。迎えに行かなげもどうしたらいいのかもわからなくて。
I think you should go back.
でも帰ったら
She sees my hands.
二度と
She spoke as though squeezing the words out of her
二度
throat.
と息に会えなくなるかもしれないのにそれでもいいん
Bye.
ですか
Wait, no. We've known each other dating it wise for weeks. That's it. Calm down.
息はそれでも私に帰れって言うんですか
Like, I just can't take this, like, this is just such a clear and obvious right answer. That it's like, why would I take this 2-week, maybe a month at most, old relationship and compare it to my entire family? Like, it's just such a vast difference in importance that it's not even close. Obviously, your family's more important. Fuck this, dude. She yelled at me as she gripped the hem of my jacket so tightly that the canvas was stretching.
簡単に帰れって言うんですか
She hung her head in disappointment. No, kid, that's not what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
違わないですちっとも私のことなんか考えてないです
No, I think your family is more important, but yeah, well, sure. Prioritize a 3-week relationship over it. Yeah, go right the fuck ahead. That's not true.
たらどうして帰った方がいいなんて
Suddenly drawn into my arms, Cud was beating my back with her hands. I noticed my lip had gotten cut a little. That's weird. Seemed to have kissed her so violently that there was a taste of iron in my mouth. Listen, Cud. She had to choose between one or the other. Her own family, or nothing short of hypocritical with me. I'm almost sure that this is the only chance you have to make sure that your family's safe, considering how devastating the accident was. If you miss this chance, I think you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Even if you come back to regret it, you will not be able to do it over. Many things must be lost over there, every passing moment, because of that chaotic situation. Therefore, she has to get there right now. Otherwise, I believe she may lose something important for good.
でもリキ私帰ってこられないかもしれません
Okay. Okay with that? Yes. Can I really accept that? Yes. Even if not, this was something I must tell her.
せっかく仲良くなれたのに
Finally. Acting like this has been like some 30-year-long strive to get together. We've known each other since we were 2 years old. We've wanted this for many, many years. Finally. There's no finally here.
思いが叶ったのにそれなのに
How long have you been dreaming for this? Like, you're in fucking high school. Come on. You're in high school. Calm down.
会えなくなったら 私どうしたらいいんですか？
Find someone else. She must be thinking about flying over as quickly as possible. I'm sorry, this is just like, it's way too overblown for the severity of what the other option is. It's like a high school romance versus my family could be fucking dead because a rocket exploded. Yeah, this is basically the same thing. Well, I am the one who's holding her back. In that case, I have to be the one to tell her to go back so she will be able to make up her mind. It's gonna be okay. I'm sure we can meet again.
そんな根拠も理由もないのに。
Then why don't we make one?
作る。
You'll come back to me again. I want you to promise me this. And I'll be waiting for you to come back here. I promise you that. I promise you this. Now that we both have a promise, you can go get back here safely. How baseless the words I just said. However, I could think of nothing better than that meager hope.
本当ですか？
Sure. Absolutely, there's a mission that only you can undertake.
ずるいです。
Not at all, but whatever.
リキはずるいです。
Sure, whatever.
好きな人が背中を押す
Lover,
のなら
calm down.
歩かなくちゃいけないじゃないですか。飛ばなくちゃいけないじゃないですか。行かなかったら私ダメな子じゃないですか。
Tears streamed down her face. God?
リキが待っていてくれるのなら帰ることにします。
After a short silence, she told me her conclusion. I'm sorry, but in like 3 months, you're gonna realize, oh, well, actually, it might have been not that serious. I think we were just overblowing this situation. The weekend had arrived. I decided to spend as much of my time as I could with Cud. Hey! The dorm head, who knew about Cud moving out, let me into the girls' dorm through the back door. I miss talking to you. You're a nice girl. When do you get a route? Cud was standing in front of her room with an absent expression. As she recognized me, she gave me a soft smile.
ハロー、リキ、どうぞ。
Her roommate wasn't in.
気を使っていただいたみたいで。
Ah, it's been quite a while since I last visited here, hasn't
そ
it?
うですね。お引っ越しの時以来ですか、リキ。
We sat down on her bed next to each other. She leaned her head on my shoulder. What is it,
撫
Cud?
でてほしいです。
I silently caressed her hair with my left arm wrapped around her shoulder. Last time you were having a panic attack because your mother got executed and pushed out of a fucking window. Yeah, this is a hard decision. Jesus. Even without that information, it's not a hard choice. Her hair really was smooth, no matter how many times I did it. Does it feel good, Cud? There were countless thoughts swirling around in my head. In the end, I did not say anything at all. I simply kept stroking her hair wordlessly. Cud? My petting her hair must have been very soothing. Cud was dozing off. It couldn't be helped. There had been no good news coming from Tavula. Also, the foreign ministry was still imposing a travel ban on the country.
ごめんなさい。
Okay.
ごめんなさい。
God. Even though she had made her last decision, we were still both full of anxiety that we would never be able to be by each other's side again. Who was it that Cud was apologizing to, I wondered. She owed me no apology. Inside me there was an unreasonable anger that I could do nothing about. As I turned to look at Cud's face, I saw the tears running down her cheek. It made my right hand clench into a tight fist. Why? All I could do now was protect a little sleep of my beloved girl by gently stroking her sleek hair.
これで最後か？
あとは細かいものばかりで軽いですから。ありがとうございます。井ノ原さん、お世話になりました。
She bowed her head. With a glance at the luggage loaded onto the truck, Masato asked her.
学校に置いたままにしておけばいいんじゃねえのか？
She shook her
大
head.
学申請したのですから、寮に荷物は置いておけません。
Okay.
それもそうだな。
では、まだ整理が残ってい
You
る
just
ので、
gift
本当にありがとうございました。
to your roommate. She bowed yet again deeply with her hands joined
リ
together.
キ、また後で。
Yeah, sure, bye. With a smile, she turned back to the girls' dorm.
なあリキ
Don't say, Masato, this is what we both decided on.
ならいいけどよ京介なんとかなんねえのか
Kyosuke was wordlessly staring in the direction Kat had gone.
無理かどうせなら最後にパーッと送り出してやりたいところだが
そういう状況じゃない。
Yeah, really.
ナオミもそんな気分じゃないだろ。
やっぱり何もできねえってことか
Masato
ナオ
sighed.
ミの感謝の言葉は荷物を運んだだけのことじゃないぞ、マスト。
だったらいいんだけどな
We also made our way back to the dorm under the setting sun. Masato tossed my cell phone to me as I came back from my bath. Masato, don't treat my phone like that.
さっき何度かメールついてたみたいだぞ
Eh? I hurriedly opened my cell and found emails from Cut waiting. Yeah, no shit, she said. Thank you for today. Masato, I've got to go out for a little while. So I hope you don't mind taking care of the patrol for me.
へいへい大変のつけだいぶ溜まっとるぜでもまあいいや早く行ってやれよ俺ができるのはこれぐらいだからな
Thanks, Masato. I texted her back as I walked down the hallway. Cud, can you come over to the club room? I waited for a reply, for a while, but no reply arrived. Still, I headed for the club room.
グッドイブニング、リキ。
Cud was standing in front of the room in her casual wear. Sorry for calling you out, Cud. She shook her head in silence. Then she unlocked the door and we entered the room. The lights turned on. Why are we turning the lights on again when last time we did this we almost got in trouble? As I looked around inside the room, Cud started to speak.
ここもだいぶ片付けました。
I see.
クッションやカップなどは置いてあっても問題なさそうなので、そのままですけど。
Why would they have problems with that?
お茶飲みますか、リキ。
Yeah, but what about hot
魔
water?
法瓶を持ってきました。
Oh, I remember that one.
昼ご飯の時とか、いろいろ持ち歩いてましたですからね。
Cud handed me a mug, and I took a sip of the green tea. It was a little tepid. What no shit. On the other hand, she kept rotating her mug between her hands without pouring tea in it. A silence fell. To break it, I moved over and sat beside her. Cud leaned on my shoulder. Tea is nice. The words that broke the silence were very
そ
mundane.
うですか。よかったです。
She was still rolling her empty mug in her hands. It was the beautiful blue graded one, and I had seen before. Detaching herself from me, she sat on the round table. On her knees, she turned her body to face me. What's up, Cud? I reached out and caressed her cheek gently. She placed her hand on mine. It was, as usual, tiny, cool, and smooth.
寂しくて、辛くて、苦しくて、リキは知っていますか？
She was firmly staring at me with her sky blue eyes. Whenever I'm feeling lonely, suffering, painful, or sad, I don't know, feel better. I answered those teary eyes with action, not words. I gave her lips a soft kiss. Then we shared a deeper one. I hugged her tenderly. God's small, warm body shook weakly. I could not do anything but just kept embracing her.
グッドモーニング、リキ。
It'd be really great when this stops, to be completely honest. I don't know, it's just like, she's just too damn fucking young. God, all she reminds me of is like a 6th grader, a child. Just some 8-year-old girl. It's just too much. We exchanged morning greetings in front of our classroom. Doesn't help Riki keeps calling her a puppy and a small child. Great, then let me shove my tongue down her throat, that small child. Morning, Cud. I bent over and whispered a question in her ear. Are you alright? Because I couldn't just say that out loud.
はい、泣きすぎで目が痛いですけど。
This is not that. This relationship isn't old enough for you to care that much. God, you.
おいそこのお二人さんよ
Ah, maybe I just haven't had that full love or whatever. I'm just saying, after a couple weeks, I'm not gonna be that attached. And it's gonna be like, yeah, maybe I'll be upset a little bit, but I'm not gonna be like, oof.
教室入るやつの邪魔になってんぞ。
すみま
She bowed and apologized and entered the room.
空港がいつも通りの時間に来たな。元気になったのか？
Morning, Masato and Kengo.
おはよ
おはようリキ。今日だったか？
Seeing Cud chatting with other classmates, Kengo asked me. No, she's leaving after she sent out the last of her luggage.
そうか。
Well, when's that?
寂しくなるな。
Yeah. And not an agreement.